Nakore Apparel is a lifestyle brand inspired by and created for those who unabashedly seek, speak, and live in truth. Nakore is the African Adinkra symbol for truthfulness, and the clothes speak truth in all its forms with the ultimate aim of love and justice. If you're down to expand the culture, break barriers, and eradicate injustice wherever you find it, then Nakore Apparel is the brand for you. Go to NakoreApparel.com. That's N-O-K-O-R-E Apparel.com.
Nakore, apparel for truth tellers.
You are now tuned in to the Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts Podcast.
Yo.
We up?
Yeah, make sure.
Yeah,
Yo.
Hold on, you sound low. Hold on. Yeah, you up though.
Yo.
Is it that mic? Our bad, y'all.
It might be the mic. Now I'm hearing
Now
it.
you hear it, yeah.
Yeah, now I'm hearing it.
2 might have a short in it with the fucking. We got to get a new mixer. It's without a shadow of a doubt. All right, let's act like that never happened.
Okay. Yo. What is going on? This is DJ Brainstorm on the mic with you right now, coming to you live and direct with episode number 332.
Yes, sir.
Of the Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts Podcast, the DMST Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in this week on YouTube. Live on YouTube, and everybody tuning in throughout the week on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, the TuneIn Radio app, everything else, iHeart, no Wooshka.
None at all, man.
Anywhere, wherever, however you get your podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in this week. It is habit. No Playboy this week, and no Ulysses. Ulysses, I think, at Hilarities tonight. Yeah. But Dev, how you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling real good, man. Ready to go, ready to have some fun. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna talk about it. We finally got some snow, but I'm feeling good, man.
Yeah, winter got here today in a hurry, in a few hours, because I woke up and it wasn't much out there, and then it was like you look back a couple like an hour or so later, it's like, damn, it's a lot of snow out there.
It's crazy, man.
But yeah,
how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. Like you said, I'm just ready to get it in and have a good show. Mm-hmm. All right, how was your week?
Week was cool. I did something. Grown man this week went to the doctor. Just
you just turned 40 last year.
Yeah, so I did my check. Primary care doctor situation. You checking the sound?
Yeah, I was making sure we good. Yeah.
Okay. Primary care doctor situation. So got checked out. Blood pressure a little high, so they gave me some blood pressure meds. So starting on that regimen, did some blood work. Blood work came back pretty cool. So got to go back again in 2 weeks so we can kind of look over everything, make sure I'm all right. And if stuff needs to be adjusted, then, do some adjusting. So, but yeah, man.
40 is a good check-in time.
Yeah.
In all honesty, it's a good check-in time because you're getting close to the start on some of those screenings you should get done. Mm-hmm. I know we don't like them, but like
we're gonna get that finger in
that
age.
I think like 45 is like that start of when it should be done and things like that. So yeah, 40 is a good time to go. When I turned 40 last year, I did a full checkup and things like that. So I need to schedule my yearly. I literally was just telling Kalisha the other day that I need to schedule my yearly. But it's a good time to actually get it done.
Yeah. So I went. And it's you would think, given my my love for sports, that I'd be watching football. Playoffs is going on right now, but I can't do it, man. Like the Browns have beat me down, man. Mm-hmm. Like I was telling Leah, talking to her about it earlier, man. I saw this video, this reel on IG this week. This dude was like at a resort. It was like 2 big ass bugs, some insects on a little banister. He was like, and they was like right next to each other, almost holding hands. And he was like, "Oh, look at y'all. Y'all probably been together for a long time. oh, that's so cute. And he just smacked him off the fucking banister because I guess he must have just broke up with his girl. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about football. Like, oh, your little team going to the fucking playoffs. They gonna go to the Super Bowl. Fuck your team. I'm watching reruns. Judge Mathis. I ain't watching that shit.
I'm 6 months out from having a father-in-law. He just called me. That's who I was on the phone with.
Because they going to the.
Oh. Yeah, because he was just going to talk a little bit. He was like, I got to talk a little bit or whatever.
You know what?
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
You know what? They are who we supposed to be. Mm-hmm. That's what hurts me so much. We took Baker, a year or two before they took Joe Burrow. We were supposed to be the one with the number one quarterback and all that, number one overall drafted quarterback with chances to go to the Super Bowl. The Bengals are literally like watching your ex get married.
Yep.
And you live at the Noble Motel. like you are watching her on a white beach sands in Jamaica, just flawless white dress.
She frolicking around.
She frolicking. This nigga look like Boris Cujo mixed with Morris Chestnut. You know what I mean? Perfect caramel skin. This nigga chiseled, and you eating fucking rallies at the East Cleveland Motel that you stole.
I mean, it is. It is right
shambles.
Now. It's just like you said. We thought we was on the path.
There, man. We thought we
was
there.
Baker's rookie year, we thought, all right, they made a little run towards the end of the year.
We thought we had one. Man.
Second year, all right, bad year. But then the third year comes and we, make the playoffs. You beat Pittsburgh. You push Kansas City. You a bad call right before the half. Mm-hmm. On a targeting call that didn't get called.
Maybe going to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, you a bad call right before the half, and you had the ball in your hands with the game on the line. You really can't ask for that as an underdog. Yep. Just like with Ohio State a couple weeks ago, you were the underdog, and you got the ball on your foot with a chance to win. Yeah, you take your chances. And since then, it's just been downhill. So I get it. So it's tough to see,
sucks, man. Especially
when, I'm not a fan of Cincinnati. Fiance's from Cincinnati, so you got that aspect of things. But I'm not a fan. Mm-hmm. I don't actively root against them. But I mean, I grew up in a Browns home. I mean, it's tough for me to root for them, But it's just, I'm with you. The Browns have pretty much sucked my enjoyment out of stuff.
Pause.
Sports-wise. I mean, honestly, sports-wise, they kind of have. And I mean, it's just right now. It's I'm all in on the Cavs right now, and it's just my expectations are realistic with the Cavs.
Yeah. I'm watching them grow. Mine is two years out of really being like, all right, is y'all ready to be that team? But I love watching them grow. I love the fact at 38 last night, Evan Mobley. It's good to watch him, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we're watching what he. All right, I know we didn't got too much sports early on, but Evan had 38 last night. No threes, no free throws. We are watching that's what he is. And the moment we embrace that and realize let's not try to make him Dirk Nowitzki.
They want him to be Chris Bosh or somebody.
Yeah,
so
he's
much.
not.
He's not. I don't. Every time I see him take a three,
it's annoying.
Yeah, because it's not him. I haven't seen him make one.
He probably over his last 20.
Yeah, I haven't seen him make one. I may have seen him make one last year.
He made one big one.
I don't think I've ever physically been watching the game and
saw
I've seen him make one.
He made a big clutch one a couple of weeks ago against the Pacers or something like that in the fourth quarter when we was it was a 1-point game. He made one to go up 4. Mm-hmm. He made one big one I saw this year. That was it. But his points are going to come diving to the bucket, 15 feet from the rim, being more athletic than the big, just guarding them. You know what I mean? And once he gets a little bit stronger, he can really take advantage of smaller people. He is, I'm not putting this on him. He's not going to be this good, I don't think. But he is a poor man's Duncan / Kevin Garnett. That's where he's going to get his money. He's going to get his money 15 feet in the end. He's not going to be pushing out
I
the
almost feel like
line.
he can be he's like a poor man's Giannis right now.
He could be, but I don't like him handling the ball. He get ripped every third time. Mm-hmm. You know, I think he's on the catch, one dribble up, catch, spin, up. You know what I'm saying? I don't need this nigga isolating everybody. We'll see. We'll see where he progresses to.
Yeah, but like you said, it's just we'll see. It's the growth thing. So, but I do get like you're saying. It's just that I can't. It's tough to fully enjoy the playoffs when it's I know we have a roster in Cleveland that's built to be in the playoffs.
We should
be there.
3 All-Pros. Everybody else in our division had 3 total. It is annoying as hell to be that quote unquote good and not that good? How do you have three I'm not talking about Pro Bowlers. I'm talking about all pros. The other three teams in your division have one apiece. Your one team has three, and you only win 7 games. It's just wild, man.
Yeah, we'll see, but
whatever.
So yeah, I won't debate that one with you.
Yeah.
No.
So how was your week, man?
It was good. It was good. I was just we had our walkthrough yesterday at our venue, at our wedding venue. Just kind of another walkthrough, and then we had to kind of go through our decisions on things as far as table choices and linens, that type of thing, and how we want the room set up. And we already got a timeline. What I love about where we're at, the lady who was basically, she's like the wedding coordinator for the place. What I love about it is that she seems to not play. Because I am determined to be the first black wedding in history to start on time. Oh,
it's good. If anybody's black wedding is going to start on time, it is going to be DJ Brainstorm's
Bruh,
wedding.
I'm determined, and she's like, and I said it to her yesterday, laughing. She's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna start on time." Like she's just a time person. I mean, I know, being a DJ.
What time y'all trying to start?
Well, the wedding's at 4:30.
Okay.
And like she
a 30 is tough for niggas. A 30 is tough. Because niggas be thinking 4:30 means 4:52. A 30 is tough.
All right.
A 4 or a 5, niggas gonna miss the.
Okay.
Pull up at 4:52 if y'all want to.
All right, yeah.
Niggas gonna be throwing rice by the time.
Because what the funny part is, just like I've already been in my head. We both already been in our head. Like, yo, I don't care. Lock the door, because it's. Don't
Nigga,
be walking in.
Niggas gonna be like, I'm here.
But the wedding person at the coordinator at the venue, because she's like,
can I be the bouncer? I'll walk down and I'll go to the door. Get the fuck out. It started at 4:30.
She said physically yesterday that she's closed the door on people and that she's been standing there and they've been looking at her and she's been looking at them.
It's gonna be 67-year-old family members. At 4:32. No, mama, you can't.
Look. My thing is you'll have plenty of time to know what time. I understand things happen. Sometimes you just get a little behind. I mean, I get it. Once the ceremony starts, though, it's tough to sit there and have people walking in and things like that. Yeah. It's just, maybe we won't lock the door. I don't know. It's a little early. But do I really want people walking in the middle of the ceremony? I mean, if you think about it, wedding ceremony really ain't that long anyway. It's only dragged out when they get to preaching and they get to doing all these other things, and it's a song and it's unity candles, and we got to jump brooms, and we got to pour the sands of eternity into whatever people be doing. That's when it get long. So it ain't that long anyway. So it's like, even if you come late, you might miss everything. We don't plan on doing a bunch of extra stuff. But anyway, and so we did that. We got our schedule together as far as things. At least as of right now, I'm a DJ. I understand things change. You go take pictures, or you get back a little later. Something happens here, you're a little behind. But we pretty much got a schedule already together. At this time, food's gonna be served, and that makes sense.
Oh, y'all having pictures kind of on site, or y'all got to go somewhere?
We're deciding, because we're leaning towards on site.
Yeah, because it just makes it easier.
Because if you leave, we got to get transportation. Then we got to go somewhere, because I ain't gonna say where. But then you got to go somewhere else. The only place from there is downtown in that city, which makes sense. But you got to get there. They got to park. You got to get out. You got to take perfect shots. People walking around. So we're thinking about just doing it on site, and that way we won't have to leave, and it just makes it easier. So we'll make it work. But yes, and now I have info for y'all coming soon, as far as tuxes and everything. Man. Info for everybody coming soon.
I can't wait, because I'm about to be tuxed out. We got our winter ball at the school we putting together on March 3rd and 4th. So I think I'm gonna get me an all white tux, and then like a pink tux or something. You know what I'm saying? Light blue or something.
I never went to winter ball at Shaw.
For real.
I did homecoming a couple times. I never did winter ball.
Oh yeah,
because that was the one. You get more dressed up.
You get more dressed up for. Yeah.
I never did it.
We're gonna do 5th, 6th on the Friday and 7th, 8th on the Saturday. So I got to get 2 different tuxes. I ain't gonna wear the same tux. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, you could.
So I might end up doing is maybe getting an all black. We just watched our wedding video the other day. We was going through I was trying to find something on the computer. What the fuck was we doing? We was doing something on the computer, and we stumbled across the wedding video.
Yeah,
I was adding songs.
She just put it in there that y'all talked.
Yeah, I was adding songs for Lovers Only. That's what I was doing, and I ended up finding a folder that said wedding.
Did that make y'all feel some kind of way when you look at like a wedding?
It's crazy when you look back on you how you looked. You know what I mean? This was 2011, so we 12 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People, it does do something to you because at that point, my father's in the crowd. You know what I mean? It's just it's a wild thing to look back on that and see people who ain't here no more. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it was cool. It was cool to look back on it, man. It was real cool. But yeah, what I think I'm end up doing is going like all black tux the first night and then getting a white jacket for the second night. You see what I'm saying? That's what I probably end up doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for us, I mean, I'm the choice I made. It's actually a tux. As I was leaning more towards the suit, but it's actually a tux. But yeah, so I'll have information on y'all, for that coming soon for y'all.
Okay, all right.
But yeah. So that's that. So I mean, that was, like I said, that was the week. Nothing really crazy this week.
Okay.
I think next week I'm coming up. Well, this week now, I think I'm actually going to come up on Wednesday and go ahead and jump back into my radio.
Okay.
I almost came up and did it on Wednesday because I know you was going to go on at 9. I almost came up and like hopped on at like 7:30 and did like an hour. I just been trying to figure out if I'm gonna do like a radio or if I'm gonna like actually like DJ and do something like that, because then it's like I got to move all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, but I think I'm coming up on Wednesday, and I think I'm gonna hop back into it just because it's fun. It's really legitimately fun doing it, and I like when people be tuned in, and we got the chat back up now, and you get requests and stuff like that. So I think Wednesday I'm gonna come up and do it at 8:00.
All right, bet.
But yeah, but that's like I said, that's pretty much it for the week.
Yeah, well, it's been, it's crazy, man. It's some weeks like don't nothing be going on. It's just people go to work, come home. 2023 has been eventful though. I'm not gonna lie, these little 22 days have been eventful. You know what I'm saying? Kind of starting with the DeMar Hamlin stuff, and you know what I mean.
Yeah,
just going into, it's been something going on almost every day. But this past week, I don't know where you want to start at, man, because there's so many places we can start at, man.
Do we got anything on Shannon Sharp up there right now?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I thought that shit was hilarious. Let me say this first. All right. Well, let's lay it out. So Shannon Sharp obviously played in the NFL for a number of years. He's a Hall of Famer. He's on the show on FS1 now. Undisputed on FS1.
It's my
with
favorite
Skip
show.
Bayless.
It's my favorite of the talking.
We talked about it a few weeks ago with the DeMar Hamlin stuff happening. He's on there with Skip Bayless. But he's a big LeBron fan. Everywhere LeBron goes, he cheers for those teams or whatever. And Skip hates LeBron. So he was sitting courtside at the game on Friday night. I was surprised when I saw that happen. I saw it on like the ESPN stuff. I wasn't even watching the game. But he gets into it with one of the players from the Grizzlies on right before the half as they're walking off the court. And it just kind of escalates. The players start coming over, yelling at him. Security's running over. The referees over there. John Moret's pops come over. He's yelling at him. There's one video out there where you see some other guys come walking out. They got chains on the weather. I'm guessing they're probably friends or somebody that was playing on the team or whatever. They had changed up, but they was just sitting there talking shit or whatever. I don't even think people picked up on it. I'm like, oh, they probably friends or whatever. They really wasn't trying to get involved, but they had to sit there and act tough or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, he gets escorted off or whatever. He comes back for the third quarter. Everything dies down. Game's over. Whatever. My thing is, where are all the conspiracy theorists at now? Because just 2 weeks ago, when this whole thing happened with DeMar Hamlin and stuff, and him and Skip was into it. Everybody talked about, oh man, they can't stay for long. This is about to be the end of it. It's like he's tired of him and this and that or whatever. We don't know Shannon's contract. The first thing I thought about, oh, he doing this for a show. Maybe he can't get out of his contract right now. So he knew if he did some dumb shit,
they'll let him out of his
contract.
They'll let me go.
Because that was the wildest shit I've ever seen out of a member of the media ever. He basically tried to fight the whole goddamn team. A member of the media. So where are the conspiracy theorists now? Y'all had everything when Kyrie was talking about flat earths and aliens and everything or whatever. Like, this is the easiest thing here. Yeah. I feel like he's wilding out because he want to get out his goddamn contract. He wanted FS1 to be like, all right, bro, you can't do this. Conduct or something like that.
It's a lot of layers to this. You probably even see what I just Googled. It's a lot of layers to this. The dude he was beefing with was Dylan Brooks. And so I guess, first of all, this is the corniest shit ever. Basically, he was telling Dylan Brooks, you can't guard LeBron. Like, you 50, man.
Yeah.
Like, why you a LeBron, you the head of the fan club?
You can't be a LeBron stan like that at 50.
At 50.
And when you're a Hall of Fame athlete, you're goddamn self.
Yeah. But LeBron did put it up on his IG. He gonna say, if I wish a motherfucker was a person.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
Brian.
I saw that too. Yeah, yeah. I just who do you think was to blame in this one?
I think Shannon Sharp was putting on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I would give all the blame to Shannon Sharp.
Because he's a member of the media.
Yeah. He also Dylan Brooks. All right. It might also be Dylan Brooks, but I think they made it a bigger deal when the whole team came over there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we laugh and joke it was corny, but let's just keep it a buck. I don't think nobody wants smoke with Uncle Shay Shay. This a different. This a 50-year-old. Pause. These pictures we got up here. That's a different 50-year-old.
Nah, yeah. If that's how he looking right now, bro, then yeah.
You got it. I can't guard LeBron. You right.
Nigga, let me. You want 41-year-olds level honesty right here?
What's that?
I was sitting there today because we got the wedding coming up in the honeymoon and stuff like that. I sat there and said, I'm gonna try to do 40 sit-ups tomorrow.
Oh,
40.
How many you do?
No, I was saying that today. I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And that nigga is 50.
Oh,
that's what I mean. That's my 40. I know I'm not an athlete or whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna do 40 sit-ups tomorrow. This nigga is cut or whatever. Yeah. No, none of us want that. No.
I think it was a corny move. I think he knew the security guards would get to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was.
Can I say this about Memphis too? We got to tilt it back to sports a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Memphis is the team that Ja is an out of this world talent. Mm-hmm. Let's just be honest. He's an out of this world talent. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're ever gonna make it to the finals.
Why is that? That's a big.
I just don't know if they got it in them. They're this young pup team. That they remind me of us. When we was in our 20s, we go to a gym or something like that, and every now and then you run into that team of older guys, whatever, and they still beat you.
Yeah.
The same way. And look, if Ja didn't get injured in the playoffs last year,
yeah.
maybe Memphis gets some.
Yeah.
Maybe, especially since Golden State's getting older.
Yeah.
Maybe Memphis gets some. But they're just a team that talks a lot right now. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, you ain't did a goddamn thing. I know we getting back to the sports, but you ain't did shit.
You know what's crazy? You know what it's setting up for? It's weird because we were involved in probably the biggest one of the 2010s. Mm-hmm. When you really look at it and look around the league, who was the anti-Memphis Grizzlies? Like, young team, extremely talented, on the come up, but full of nerds and
Golden State.
No.
Yeah, you gonna say the Cavs, ain't you?
Yes. They are a bunch of nerds. I mean, top flight, top tier nerds. Jared Allen is a
oh yeah, when you look at it in that sense, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They are the anti. Ain't none of them walking around.
So you mean like right now? Right now. Oh yeah, okay.
I'm saying like these niggas talking about big Memphis shit. That's how like they be talking about that in the tunnel. And the Cavs be like, yeah, I did watch out Pokemon. Yeah, and like the Cavs,
they was talking about Jared Allen last year when the All-Star game was here. He was like walking around like a little corny
like some
little
Burlington
sweater.
Clothes. Yeah.
He was like, and he was like, well, what am I supposed to wear?
Yeah,
all right. You got $100 million contract,
yeah.
like, bro. You can get one chain.
Yeah, it's gonna be they on a collision course at some point. If that was a finals run for like a year and then they didn't make it and it came back another year, I would love to watch those two.
I would love to see Cleveland and Memphis in the finals.
Yeah, because they are completely opposite on how they approach the game. They almost approach that shit like they kind of a football team style. You know what I mean? The way Memphis approached the game, it's like real shit talking.
Yeah, the niggas is hood.
Yeah, they some niggas.
I almost feel like remember way back in the day. Mm-hmm. Like even like our early years of high school, maybe a little bit before, it was almost like Shaw Heights.
Yeah,
where it's like Shaw was
Shaw Warresville.
yeah, shit like, but all that shit like that, where it's like you about as hood as it's gonna get when you get in any of these schools, but then you'll get into one of these schools, the Warrensvilles, the Heights, or whatever, where it's just like these light skinned pretty boy dudes that's shooting from fucking half court.
Yep.
Nigga, Damon Stringer used to irritate my goddamn soul back in the day.
Yeah, man.
But them niggas won.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get that part.
I love to see it, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The Shaw Emmy loves Memphis. I love it. A part of me loves it, but a part of me loves the Cavs too. I like the 9 because I'm a Browns fan. I like the fact that the Cavs make no noise. Like they're never in anything.
No. They just show up and do what they got to do. Even Donovan is like that. He's not a rah-rah type of guy. He might dunk on you, but he ain't a rah-rah guy.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
It's some cornballs.
Yeah.
On the other side, Memphis up here throwing gang signs on the sideline.
Gang.
It's just two different styles.
Gang. Shout out to Paco, and he said audio style. Shout out to Paco too, because real quick, we 2 days ago, today's the 22nd. So 2 days ago was the 7-year anniversary of the first episode of DMST going up. So January 20th of 2016, championship year was the year we started the podcast. So we 7 years into this thing. So shout out to Paco, he in the feed, and it's one of those things. We always got to mention it every single year. It's been a long ride, man. Man. It's still pushing. It's funny because they were out in Minnesota recently. Shout out to the girls of GMB. Good Morning Beautiful. They were on the show with the Knights. That's the first time I think they have said they had all 3 of them been on somebody else's podcast. But GMB was in that early run of DMST and that whole circle of podcasts of people that a lot of people that got cool and were doing different things. But I know it was mentioned during that show, they were talking about how they were just like, shouting out people that were still working and putting shows out. Shit is tough. And shit is tough. Like, if 7 years, shit is tough, man. So it's just to still be sitting here. It's a testament to everything that we've done over the years, So shout out to Paco. He obviously, from being here for those first 2 years. I wish Playboy was here, but shout out to Playboy for everything he's put in for these 7 years. Shout out to you for your 5 years, almost 5 years in the summer. It'll be 5 years that you've been here. Goes fast, don't it?
It's crazy.
Goes fast. Shout out to you, Lise, for all the work that she's done up here. Shout out to all our guests. That's been a part of this. All these events you put up. Shout out to me like we saw we got hit on IG the other day.
I know so much other stuff coming up.
So
man.
What's the Rip the Runway? Not Rip the Runway.
Yeah,
Curve the Runway.
We'll probably be more than likely be doing the red carpet.
That was the event last year. She had Jadakiss pull up last year.
So ain't no telling.
Who knows who she gonna have pull up this year? It might be Jay-Z.
We never know with her.
It might be Jay-Z.
With her, you never know.
But,
so we'll probably be working the red carpet. We'll have her on. I'm gonna try to get her on next week if she's free.
Okay.
Because she got something going on the 3rd too. So I'm gonna try to get her on before that.
Yeah. But yeah, 7 years. Like I said, 5. Even like I said, even with you and your 5, that shit goes.
Yeah, it goes
super
fast,
super fast. Yeah. Super fast. Yeah. An apartment to a studio to a second space. It goes super fast, man. But yeah, shout out to everybody that supported this over the years, man. I'm always humbled. So 7 years, man. Appreciate everybody.
It's beautiful, man.
Anyway, what else we got?
You brought up that the Memphis Grizzlies gangs. Let's get into a real gang situation. So I don't know how many people hip to this young lady right here. Her name is Megan Hall. Okay, she's a police officer in Tennessee. So I wish I could find the. Let me see if I can find the report.
She got a leg tattoo. I see it in that picture right there. She got a leg.
Oh man.
I'm not going to disparage any woman with a leg tattoo.
I'm
not going there.
So
I'm not going there.
These fellas and her, she had a romp with the 5 dudes in the police on the police force. 5 black dudes on the police force. And she's married. All 5 dudes were let go, fired. Her husband is sticking by her. But there's alleged video.
How did this get out
there as well? So this is the wildest.
Patrol Officer Juan Lugo Perez.
Hold on, let's get this. I think it's a couple us and maybe a Latino. So let's see what's going on here.
Okay. Officers involved in sex while on duty. Patrol Officer Megan Hall, Patrol Officer Juan Lugo Perez, Sergeant Lewis Powell, Detective Seneca Shields, Sergeant Henry, K-9 Officer Larry, Patrol Officer Patrick, and Patrol Officer Gavin Schoberl. Hobbs says details of the investigation made public so far have shaken public confidence in
The fact that it's a train
in the background. Why? So was that part of joke? Because I didn't even pick up on that until you just said it. Was that part of joke?
No, the train
Goldberg.
passing in the
Hobbs
background.
says details of the investigation
Oh,
made
it's-
public
oh,
so
it was
far
actually
have
in the
shaken
background.
public
Oh,
confidence in the PD.
There's definitely going to be a time period where we're going to have to really emphasize
The
rebuilding
top part
the
though
trust
got to
of
be
our
a joke.
our
So the top
community.
part can't actually be the news thing. That's somebody has to put
somebody
that on.
being somebody
Yeah,
put,
somebody being sarcastic.
somebody
Yeah.
being sarcastic with that, but the
fact
train.
that the train yeah. So did she get? So she got fired.
She got fired and
because she
all
was
the-
having sex on the job. I'm guessing.
Yeah, and the police officers, or it must be a clause in the contract. I mean, you can't be out here married and a police officer and banging half the station.
Okay.
So also as well, she was having sex with half the station, or not half, but a bunch of dudes at the station.
Well,
But I mean, I just don't understand. Hold on. I gotta open this image in a new tab. Okay. Why we?
okay.
You go? Come on, let's talk. We gonna throw our life away on Megan. We gonna throw our livelihood away. Brainstorm, you go to work, right? I know you would never. But you go to work and you like, I'm about to risk it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to risk it all. Megan with that big ass 5 head come walking down, and you like, I'm gonna take Meg's up top.
No. You know what? You know what irritates me about sometimes? You know, people get mad about black men being with white women, stuff like that, or whatever. It's just like sometimes I have this thought with myself. It's just like, if you go holler at one of them, why don't you go get one of the go get a nice one? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, babe, if you watching and you gonna get mad or whatever. But it's just like,
you a nice one.
but go get a nice one at some point if you gon' whatever. So I get what you're saying. Where it's just like, she is the most basic looking, whatever white chick out here in the world ever. I guess I don't know.
She
but
is
it's just,
the Serena Winters of police officers.
yeah. And
Y'all know who Serena Winters is? Look it up. She is the Serena Winters of police officers, man. I don't understand why you would throw your life away. And my man, but something got to be going on
with the husband that said
in
he's gonna stay.
that little box, because he got 8 niggas to lose their job, and my man right here, Kyle, probably his name is, ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he said he's staying.
She must got that Hoover Crip in her truck. You hear me?
What if that's just their life? That's what they into.
She be out here getting blacked. If you don't know what that is, Google.
Yeah, you Google that too. And it's this. Okay, I'm not going to incriminate.
She ain't getting blacked.
She might be. What if he's the cuckold? And he likes to watch her get done by other people. Look, we can't place ourselves in these people's shoes, obviously, but I obviously he's known about it. So if you like it, I love it, homie. Bang, boom, you good. You good. I'm not judging nobody's homes no more.
I'm judging these 2 dudes.
She's
What happened?
Leah to my. It's probably because she let them do what they want and put it wherever they want it or whatever. I'm not going there. I'm not digging. I'm not digging no graves for myself.
Say that.
No, I'm not digging no graves for nothing tonight at all. I got a happy home.
Megan Hall.
I'm not doing nothing at all.
Megan
I'm
Hall.
not asking no question. Nope. Maybe. It's as simple as maybe we don't know nothing about the other guys in this whole little thing. So we don't know if they were single, married, or nothing. So maybe for them it was just easy bots.
Yeah.
And boom, you got your chance. But
Yeah, why they get fired if they single? I don't see why they would get fired for knocking off
I'm
Megan.
guessing maybe they got something in their contracts that you can't fraternize or something.
Yeah, maybe.
So, but I'm not saying nothing about nothing. More power to them. If it was worth your job, like you said, it must be something in that box that makes it be like, all right, I'm a risk it all.
Because my man Kyle said I ain't going nowhere. I don't even know if that's his name. Kyle,
he Kyle today.
Yeah, Kyle, like I ain't leaving at all. You know what I'm saying? You can do what you want.
It's just these basic, bruh. I don't get it. But knock yourself out. Knock yourself out.
Yeah. So I mean, we didn't get a chance to get on that. Apparently, it's a video out. I didn't do a lot of research into it. You know what I mean?
That means you slipping.
Yeah,
because you're the resident researcher.
I did a little bit of research. A little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I did a little bit of research.
Okay.
Couldn't find the video.
Okay.
So yeah. So there is a YouTube there's a YouTube video, little small documentary thing about it. I can't wait till the whole story come out.
The whole department.
Yeah, and
that's legit.
I don't know, man. I gotta find it and watch it. And I gotta look at that YouTube video. And the OnlyFans for her gotta be loading.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
If I was her peoples, I would tell her that's next because it's a whole group of people that's just gonna subscribe for like $5.99.
It's gotta be. Oh shit!
It should have changed her life forever.
So speaking of OnlyFans, Iggy as a joint OnlyFans.
Yes.
People get mad. They started throwing numbers out there saying that she made 300,000+ in one day, and she said it wasn't. Well, she didn't say it wasn't true. She said she thought it was funny and whatever. But it's just, I saw something on Twitter, and I think I took a screenshot of it too. Of God, did I? Let me check real quick. But it was like basically some guy being like, Iggy made 300,000+ in one day on OnlyFans. I'm losing respect in the whole male species, and like, we're supposed to be the dominant species, but this shows we're not, or whatever. It's just like, what are people surprised by? Like, when it's a celebrity, whatever level of celebrity she is, B, C, D, whatever level of celebrity she is, or whatever, there's whatever it's called, with celebrities, what it's called, like
hierarchy.
Yeah, it's just like there's just you wonder about them. Iggy could look like any random chick that's in the club on a Saturday night, whatever, right? But there's something about a celebrity because it's unattainable. I guess is the word I'm looking for. Of course, if they put something out, if they put it out there, you're going to watch it. That's why these little whatever when they break into servers and they put all these pictures out of celebrities, it's just like it's unattainable. So what do they think people are going to do? Like, how are you mad on Twitter talking about you lost faith in the males being the dominant species or whatever? It's like, she's a celebrity, no matter what she is, B, C, D, or whatever. She's a celebrity. Of course, there's going to be a bunch of degenerate dudes, if you want to call them that's going to sign up for her OnlyFans.
And the thing is, whoever said that has no idea about the history of this world. Majority of our major situations on this planet have centered around the women in the community in some kind of battle or fight over supremacy for the women. Like, yeah, men are quote unquote, which I don't even like the phrase, but they are the more dominant, whatever. But the majority of our issues have been over women.
Wars. Have been started over women.
So yeah, women will always have power over us when it comes to the matters of things in sexual in nature. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, something about it we can't control. I mean, we can. We get to a point where I think we can control. I put this on there. There's something in the rundown to talk about. But this kind of ties into this Iggy thing. Every now and then, I'm not, but you take care of yourself every now and then, fellas. It'll make you make some very solid decisions. You know what I'm saying? Not going out like a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Rub one out like a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know,
clarity.
You ain't paying $25 right here for Iggy.
Clarity.
You know what I'm saying? Clarity. You think clear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You do good to the point where you can control yourself, but for the most part, fellas with disposable income gonna do some dumb shit like that. It's just what it is. It ain't got nothing to do with like having the people like that always. It always strikes me. It's almost like the one we all everywhere this weekend. I mean, on this show, I can't remember the politician's name, but all them people who always like, I can't stand it. You find out they was dressing up like women back in the day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whenever you so against something, I always be like, why? Why are you so against it? I can see you just not rocking with something, but like I hate the Steelers. You want to know why? Because I wish I was them. Like that's usually the drive behind it.
Like you respect them because of the way they do stuff and they win or whatever.
Yeah, and so you hate them. You be like, fuck the Steelers, but really, you wish the Browns had the 6 Super Bowls.
You'll trade it.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
So whenever you like, oh, what them niggas doing? Bro, how many OnlyFans accounts you got? Because why you care so much? Because you care way too much. Almost like you spent your rent money on OnlyFans and you manage.
And now you disappointed. And now you disappointed.
Because it's just, if somebody got to 25, I'm not an Iggy Azalea fan. I'm not a, well, you know, with all
She had
due
a couple
respect.
good songs.
Yeah.
A couple good songs. Honestly, in a while ago.
Yeah, and I'm not even a fan of the Caucasian lady. So this is not my.
She also has a very bad BBL.
Yeah,
I'm
this
sorry,
is
y'all. I'm sorry.
This is not my cup of tea. But if it's somebody's cup of tea, if they got 25, spend your little 25.
But don't go on Twitter then and be like, oh, y'all did this. And that. It's going to happen because I saw somebody in the comments then talking about, well, what did you expect? They're talking about the one chick, the Bad Bunny chick, or Bad Barbie.
Bad Baby. Yeah.
Bad, whatever it is, whatever. You know, she turned 18, and like what, the day or two after she turned 18, she got her own OnlyFans, and she had all those subscribers or whatever. I'm sorry. Newsflash, people. There's a lot of degenerate-ass dudes out here. Yeah. Black, white, every race or whatever. There's a lot of them out there. Sorry to tell y'all that. Stop acting surprised.
Yeah. Well,
That's what people going to do.
Like, that is the, I mean, I don't even know. This don't even look like the same person.
Yeah, that looks fake.
Like, I don't even understand why you would, this is when she was Catch Me Outside, how about that?
Yeah,
and this is what she looked like now. She looked like Saweetie or some shit.
But truth be told, if Saweetie walked in here right now, I wouldn't know who the hell she was.
I would think she was Bad Baby if she walked in here.
Yeah, I don't know who she is either. So anyway.
So, but I mean, I guess I'm not gonna begrudge anybody from getting their little coinage and what makes you, you know.
Wow.
With a real video.
Yeah. I saw it. Yeah. I don't have it.
Well, he talking about the
I guess I think he was talking about the cop, the real video.
We'll find it, Paco. Don't worry about it.
I'm pretty sure it's out there somewhere. Let's just be honest. I'm pretty sure somebody recorded something.
Yeah, we're gonna find it.
I'm pretty sure somebody had their phone out or whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Anyway.
So, what we gonna get into? Let's keep going with the trash till we get into a fun, dope conversation. So you brought this up. Let's have this convo real quick, I guess.
Yeah. I saw this earlier. Okay.
Yeah, let's have this convo real quick. We'll pull this up.
I've called you 5
My bad, y'all. We're gonna start this over. So let's have this convo.
I've called you 5 times. 5 times. This is the shit that pisses me off. I don't want to hear you had your ringer off because you already know how that situation goes. If I call you and you don't answer, that's the shit that pisses me off. Now, if there was a emergency, you got your ringer off and you can't hear shit. I've called.
All right, so before we're gonna play it again, I didn't do a good job of intro, and this is a 50-year-old dude sitting in the car. For people who not watching, just listening, and he got a voicemail from some chick, you know, late 20s, early 30s, but don't hear it say 30-year-old when you're dating a toxic 30-year-old chick. And it's the voicemail you get. Apparently, he didn't answer his phone when she called.
I called you 5 times. 5 times. This is the shit that pisses me off. I don't want to hear you had your ringer off because you already know how that situation goes. If I call you and you don't answer, that's the shit that pisses me off. Now, if there was a emergency, you got your ringer off and you can't hear shit.
So we had a little conversation about it, you know, right before the show, where it's like you thought I think that might be a actual genuine
voicemail. I don't know if it was to him.
Yeah, because like the caption on it, if people are not watching, says when you're 50 years old and dating a toxic 30-year-old or whatever. It's just like, you know, and the person that posted it was just like, you know, stop being this old dude dating these young chicks out here or whatever. For me, I guess fuck the age. I saw people in the comments on
I'm about to talk about these comments.
These comments of just, I saw a lot of ladies in these comments talking about, well, the age don't matter. You know, it's she's spot on. I hate when I'm calling and you're not answering, and or your phone is on silent, and all these things. Just a bunch of stuff. And I started thinking, like, she said in that video when she was yelling and cussing them out or whatever, what if it was the fucking emergency? First, it wasn't. Let's just get this out.
Yeah,
First
it's a what
and
if.
foremost, it wasn't. But if it was, I don't know. I was taught when I was like 5 years old.
You don't want to know. Let me tell you
whatever.
why. Let me tell you what. That's not accurate. I learned this week. It didn't come out till 1988. So it might have been when you was like 7 or 8.
Oh, really? Okay, let's take it.
So 7 or 8. I know. That's crazy, ain't it?
Fuck it. I was told when I was 12 years old.
Okay, 12 years old. It was definitely out by then.
We know what 911 means, right? If there's an emergency, I understand wholeheartedly. I have a whole ass fiance at home with a kid there and everything like that. I understand shit will happen. I told you about being in, it shit happens. Shit happens. Life happens with every single thing. There may be a time that something may happen and she may, she on the side of the road. Hey, I got a flat.
Hey, you come get me.
Call me, whatever. And I might be at home. My phone is always on silent. Her phone is always on silent. We both kind of live that life or whatever because we hate hearing the notifications and I don't even have the banner come up on my phone because if it's like if you're sitting there,
you living a wild life.
No, because it's just the fact that some stuff does come up. It does still come up. It was like, all right, you got emails, whatever. But it's like these phones, no matter what, it's almost hard to keep up with a lot of stuff. It's you got this many new emails, you got this text message that came through, you got this missed phone call. You know how many phone calls I get per day from telemarketers or somebody or something like that? Shit happens all the goddamn time. My phone is just on silent. But let's get back to the original point. If it's an emergency, we learned about these 3 little numbers called 911. If it was an actual goddamn emergency,
that's who you should call.
That's who you should. If it ain't an emergency, but it's like pushing an emergency, if you couldn't reach me, call me a couple times. Okay, you couldn't get me. I guess maybe you're, and a lot of situations, your mom lives in town, your dad lives in town, your brother, your sister, your cousin, somebody's in town or something like that. I understand if you're in a whole place and you know nobody. But there's somebody you can call. There's never an instance where you got to call and be cussing somebody out because of the fact that, but what if it was an emergency and I couldn't reach you or something like that? Like, do we live in this space that we have to be completely connected all the damn time?
We can't. It's
because
impossible.
If something happened to me right now, and let's say I'm calling Carlisha and she not answering or whatever, I'm gonna call my brothers. I'm gonna call my mom. I'm gonna call my dad or something like that, and they'll make sure that they get in touch with her or something. If it was really something to that effect or whatever, I called you 5 times, you ain't answered. Like, let this shit go. Like, what are we talking about here?
It's annoying, man. Like it's like you look at these comments. LOL has nothing to do with age. At 55, I need you to answer the phone. I'm not calling 5 times though. Through all this, hey, sometimes you go get some juice or something. Like you're not gonna answer 100% of the. I need you to be more. I don't know.
Can I say that my phone does not live next to me?
No.
There are times I can hop on a work meeting, legitimately, and the phone could be in the other room, and I'm sitting at the desk in a totally different room.
Yeah.
My phone does not live next to me. I don't live that life. I can't read that one comment because it ain't showing up on my phone. It's like it look like it's a longer one.
Oh, this one right here. Oh,
it's a couple of. Oh no, I'll take it back. No, I'm sorry. I forgot you got the whatchamacallit up. I'm sorry. Take it back.
What's that?
You still got the video up on there. I thought that was our YouTube comments. So take it back.
Oh no.
Yeah, take it back. I'm like, all right, what's that longer one?
Oh
all
no.
Right, no.
But I like the other night for me. This is the worst. If this happened to you, this would probably destroy your whole. I'm chilling. It's time for getting ready. Time for bed. I'm sitting there. You got my alarm clock is my phone, and I'm looking around. It's like 11:55. Might even be midnight. And I'm looking, and I look up at the ceiling, and I realize my fucking phone is in the car. And I'm talking about.
You got to decide if you're going to go get it or not.
I had to because it was my alarm. So on top of the fact that I was settled and I did not want to go back out and get this phone. I mean, it was, you get to the point where you done did everything and it's bad time.
You done took your shower, everything, or whatever. You comfy. The only thing left to do is just go
plug
get
the phone in and make sure the alarms is right.
Yep.
not only did I have to go back out to get to get the phone, also realized I didn't have my phone downstairs or anywhere in the house for like 5 hours. Because the moment I got home, I left it in the car. And I'm like, well, luckily if everybody was here, the fam was here. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, if anybody called or text me, it's a wrap. Because I ain't had this shit on me since 7 o'clock. And it's damn near midnight. Ugh. But that happens to people. Like people not, yeah, but that's also like, that's why this post is legit. Like, chill out dating them toxic people who be on that trash, man. And the people in here talking about some sorry, but she not wrong. Answer the phone when your woman call, and this has nothing to do with age. In fact, at 30, she gets it, and he old enough to know better. Know better for the what?
The only thing I get nervous about with my phone not really being next to me, and I won't lie, I know that like if Alicia leaves the house, you know, to keep my phone more nearby or something like that, I understand that. But the only thing that really makes me super, super nervous is when I go to bed at night, because it's my phone it lives on silent. Once I learned that your alarm still goes off, even if your phone is on silent, that shit lives on silent. Yeah, you know. And I saw Paco say no banners, like with a question. Yeah, no banner. It's just like I said. Like I said, I still get the email stuff come up, but I don't get text messages all day. Because today Verizon sent the text. Your bill is due at this point. I mean, it's just it's a constant stream of your phone lighting up on stupid shit all day long, and I don't have time for it. I put it like this: I'm comfortable with not having banners on my phone and stuff like that because I'm comfortable with not having my phone next to me for 2-3 hours. Yeah. Like if I needed my phone next to me, then I need to know everything that's going on. That's just me. I don't know, but yeah, like I said, the whole thing of he should know better. Yeah, I just. Like so, Leah leaves the house. You understand that something can happen. She can call you. Or something like
if the like that night it just so happened that everybody was home. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm pretty sure that if she wasn't home, at some point you might have been like, oh.
At some point I would have wanted to get my phone, and I'd have realized
because you would have been like, oh, she ain't text about anything or whatever.
Or if somebody leave, I'll check. Like it was no point that
because everybody's in the house.
Yeah, the next time I wanted to check for my phone, it was to set the alarm, and I'm like, fuck, my phone is in the car.
Do we got to be that connected all the time?
We don't. There's way too much venom in that call. Some else is going on there. Whenever somebody hit you with the "I could have been, but you wasn't," then I don't really got the but you wasn't though. So what the fuck are you talking to me for? So
I mean, so your advice, you know, as the person that's about to be entering into marriage or whatever. I mean, so it's like we understand we gotta be connected, but it's just like you will understand and that all right, stuff happens sometimes. Hell, like you said, you could have been in the bathroom, you could have went upstairs to get some juice or something like that. How many times are you calling in a row? Was it back to back to back to back to back? Did you? I mean, we forget stuff sometimes. I mean, like I said, I'll go get on a meeting sometimes just in my literal day at work. At home, and I mean, the phone will be in the room. I got back-to-back meetings. It's an hour and a half, 2 hours later. Shit, I forgot the phone was in the room. Life happens.
And sometimes people just don't feel like talking. Leave me the fuck alone. There are times I will. I'm not lying. I'll look at the phone ring and I'll watch it.
I do that, but I mean,
I just don't. Sometimes it's just I don't always feel like talking. But if as far as a relationship, if your girl leaves the house or if you leave the house, make sure you got your phone. It's like it triggers in my brain, like, oh, she just left. Where my phone at? You know what I'm saying? And I'll make sure.
It triggers in my brain too, like, oh, you probably should have made it to a place. Yeah. If I ain't heard from you at a certain point in time, all right, I'm checking. Or did you make it there? Are you good? Yeah.
Other than that, I'm cool.
All right.
Other than that, I'm cool as hell. I wanted to get into something this week, if you don't mind. You know what I'm saying? You had hit me about this earlier in the week, because I had
the move,
about
the move thing.
Yeah.
I just thought about that. Yep.
I'll go to my page from yours. Oh, you know what? I changed my name. So I put something up on the book this week. And the only reason I put it up there was because people was getting on my goddamn nerves this week.
I wonder if you saw the same post I saw this week.
I can't remember who it was. I can't remember what it was or who it was, but they was getting on my nerves, man. So I'm gonna pull it up here so people can see it too.
Okay.
While I talk about it. But basically, people was talking about it was some. So I can't remember whose post made me think about it. But they had moved out. They had moved from Cleveland. They was just like talking shit. Like I don't understand the people who got the hatred for Cleveland, but they grew up here. Like I'm not gonna read a word for it. Just kind of paraphrase it. Like a lot of people here stay and thrive. There's a lot of jobs. There's a lot of industries in this city that are not only good, but they surpass other areas. Like the medical field here is superior to most cities on earth if you get into the medical field in Cleveland because of the law. We have 3 large major hospitals that would be the main hospital system in any other city. And Cleveland Clinic would pretty much knock any other city's hospital system out the water. We have, just like other places, because Cleveland is an urban area, we have a thriving, you can get a lot of jobs. You know, we got the charter school realm, the public school. It's a lot of different places. So with that comes social services. It's a lot of stuff in the city where you can be good if you, like your area code has nothing to do with your ability to earn money and have a decent life. And on top of everything else, somebody else trying to be funny. I was joking back and forth with people. Like people can't afford to live in a certain area. Just say you might be right. Some people can't afford to live in a certain area. But for those of us who can, why wouldn't we be more practical? If I could pay $300,000 for a beautiful home, $400,000 for a beautiful home in Gates Mills, but I would pay $1.5 million for that home
in
outside of DC or Atlanta or California or Houston, why wouldn't my smart ass pay $350 for that house here in a beautiful neighborhood with an amazing school system? It makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And the bigger part that annoys me more than anything, stuff happens and we be like, man, Cleveland, man, niggas don't know how to treat each other. Niggas be hating. The majority of our friends are from either East Cleveland or the east side of Cleveland. Given that we're from that area, we are going to have a lot more situations where people we grew up with have harm done to them by the people in the communities because it's where we grew up. We grew up in the hood. So when you grow up in the hood, niggas tend to have issues with shit that happens in the hood. So we gonna know more people that have gotten shot or killed than somebody who grew up in Stowe. But the same is said for the south side of Chicago, the west side of Chicago,
Compton,
Atlanta,
suburbs of Atlanta,
Fifth Ward, Houston. What are we talking about? Southeast and DC, Detroit, anywhere where it's a hood, the people from that area are going to experience loss more than the average person. So just because somebody we knew and grew up with from East Cleveland got shot, it's tragic. But it's partially because we grew up in East Cleveland. What the fuck did you think was? It's par for the course. It's the reason why we be feeling beautiful because we lucky we made it. Because niggas be getting randomly killed for dumb shit. So it's like you can't dump that shit strictly on Cleveland or East Cleveland because somebody got murdered or killed or shot or robbed or stabbed or whatever the case may be. It is tragic and it's fucked up, but it's not exclusive to us. So that shit just annoyed the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I had saw a post that very same day. That's why I was like, I wonder if you saw that same thing. But I had saw a post that day about somebody being like, I think they had lost someone, so I obviously understand it. But they were just talking about, and maybe not, but they were just talking about how they were so glad they left. And then there was so many people in the comments. I get you. I left and it was the best thing I did, and I mean all these things. I mean, and I know I've left the city at some point and came back. I know you left and came back. I know Playboy's left and came back. And it's just like I don't really think I'm sitting in the position I'm in life with anything that's going on career-wise, financially, or anything like that if I hadn't picked up and left.
Mm-hmm.
It did change my mindset in the sense of getting away, because when you don't get away, what you wind up doing is hanging around a lot of the same people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not being funny and nothing like that, but like you stay in the same circle, y'all do the same things, it's all the same thing. I remember being in South Carolina and the doctor I was working for being like, every time he would go home, he would be like, he would use this example. He'd be like, but I grew up, we were all at some point sit under this little apple tree, and we would go get beer in the morning, and we would sit and drink beer or whatever all day long or whatever, and boom, that's that. That's. But then so now he's left and done what he's done. He goes back home. Sometimes he's like, some of the same people I knew. I go home, they're sitting under the same apple tree, still drinking beer all day long. And I think that's what we do sometimes when we don't leave. So for me, it was a good thing to actually pick up and leave and go do something, go experience something different for the 6 to 7 years I was gone, but I came back home. And I know, and I'll be honest, I was trying to stay away but my big thing is weather. I just don't like winter. I don't hate Cleveland. Is there flaws in the city of Cleveland? Yes.
Yeah,
there's
flaws everywhere.
in any city. I feel like people move sometimes and they feel like just because they had that success there, it's all just strictly because of that move. Sometimes it's just because your mindset changes, because you get around people that are thinking differently. Again, if you're at home, you're dealing with the same people doing the same things. And if you're around people that refuse to grow, you don't grow. And so you move, and all of a sudden, bro, I was down there in South Carolina. I was living at my apartment complex. When I finally started making some friends, I met one person, and she just finished up her master's. This person was in med school. This person was doing this. I'm looking like, oh, I'm sorry, but at home in East Cleveland, I wasn't, at the time that I moved, I wasn't hanging around with somebody that just had finished a master's in this field. I wasn't hanging around with somebody that was in med school. And so my circle changed, which forced my mental to change. And so it's not that the city was holding me down. Sometimes it's the fact that we just refuse to do something different outside of our circle.
And it might be the city that, like you bring up East Cleveland. East Cleveland is no different than East LA. You just got to you have to get out of that mentality. Like if you graduate from Shaw and you stay in East Cleveland till you're 25, I understand. I understand you feeling like you can move 2 miles away and I think back to last May, to field day at McKenzie School. It was me and about 12 dads, all around the same age, between 35 and 45, running field day, similar married relationship, fathers. I didn't have to go far. I live in South Euclid, but
2 to 5 mile difference.
Yeah, you get to places where people own homes, they value family, and you get around like-minded people, and it's like, oh, all these dudes is just different versions of me. You start following each other on the book. Yeah, you follow them on the book or Instagram. You start realizing, oh, they know such and such, and I know such and such. They know we all the same niggas from a different area on the east side of Cleveland who had a bigger vision of what we want to do with our lives. That's the mission. And you can do that shit anywhere. Like moving to Atlanta taught me that. Like I got to Atlanta because you do have this ridiculous, dumbass assumption that you're going to move to Atlanta and they just handing out, you get a Mercedes keychain and a loft key to your apartment the moment you enter the city limits. But you get to Atlanta, you realize a lot of niggas are selling insurance and scamming their way to some.
See, you've been there because
I remember. I
remember I used to go to Atlanta and I used to be like, oh shit, like it's a lot of what I did. Like there was a lot of younger people at the time when I was going to Atlanta. Back in the day, mid 20s. At the time I was like mid to later 20s.
Yeah, me too. I was mid 20s.
But it was like, oh. It's people out here that's actually, there is a society of people that's our age that's doing something out here or whatever, which again, I'm not trying to say nothing funny about whatever, but it's just if they were doing it, it didn't matter that I was in Atlanta
Yeah, it didn't
and seeing
matter.
it, because if everybody in Cleveland or East Cleveland or whatever was doing the same goddamn thing, guess what? We would have been doing the same goddamn thing.
But the problem is,
I didn't even go back to school. I didn't even take seriously going back to school to even work on my shit. At that time, I finished off my bachelor's. I finished off my associates in South Carolina. Finished off my bachelor's right when I got back. Well, after I got back home, I didn't even take seriously going back to school. So I got down there, started hanging with friends that was like, oh, I got this degree. I went to Duke. I went here. I was doing this. I was the nigga looking like, oh, all right. Well, my job is paying me, but y'all niggas got the shit that's going to sustain y'all longer than what it's going. If my job closed, which it ultimately did, my pay is going out the window. So what am I going to do? I need to do something that needs to sustain that or whatever. So it's like that could have happened here, but I'm just saying in general, if the big group of people, if we're all the same doing the same thing, it don't matter. It could have been Atlanta, Cleveland.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
And like East Cleveland's never, with all due respect, as much as I love it, East Cleveland's never going to be full of motherfuckers who own houses and
Maybe
with
once
dual
Cleveland
parent
Cleveland get off.
households going to work. That's not what East Cleveland is. That's not what the South Side of Chicago is. That's not what 8 Mile Detroit. It's just not going to ever be that.
That's not East Point, Atlanta.
It's not East Point, Atlanta. It's none of that. It's never going to be that. But there's professionals everywhere, and it's just a mentality that is I don't know. It's not even know if it's detrimental. I just felt like sticking up for the city because you hear that a lot. Like somehow you can only work at McDonald's or Family Dollar in Cleveland. Like you can't make good to borderline ridiculous money in Cleveland. Yes, you can.
And you only made it because you left. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we know stories of people who have left and gone to some of these cities. And it's like, you might have an OnlyFans right now because you thought you was gonna go to Atlanta and be on.
Woo! I wish I had the drops. Do I got the drops?
Right. Let's just be honest, because you can name names. Because you thought you was gonna go there and you thought you was gonna be the next person to get on and everything like that or whatever. It's not. It's mentality. And sometimes you gotta be willing to step out on your own and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do this business on my own. I'm gonna go ahead and put my name on this. I'm gonna go ahead and LLC everything.
Hold on. You can do that because I think that's what the Atlanta people be trying, or people, Atlanta's number one place. Atlanta and Charlotte. You know what you can also do?
I love Charlotte though. I ain't gonna hate them.
You know what you can also do? Put your motherfucking head down. Work your ass off in your late 20s and your early 30s. Get to a point where your experience and education is unfucking deniable. The next thing you know, you're getting offered positions.
They gonna come see you.
Yeah, they gonna come pitch to you. Stop trying to fucking fast forward this shit. Sit down. For me, my work at enterprise. Make decent money. Figure out that's not for you. Find out what's for you. Start at the ground level. Started a residential restraining people all goddamn day. Then become a social worker. Then go out to being a traveling social worker. Then get into the school. Work your way up to a point where you are comfortable. There's a path to it that does not mean you got to start a t-shirt business. You don't got to start a t-shirt business every single time. You don't have to do it. But there's not a whole lot of patience in the grind. And that's you can grind wherever. And I respect
Paco just said that in the feed. He said you got to grind no matter
you got to grind where you at.
Shout out. I mean, I'll use him as an example.
Yeah.
Like he been being a plumber since years, whatever. I remember Coco. You know what I'm talking about with Coco. You know what I'm saying? The old van he used to use, Coco, whatever. Now he got contracts with other people and other things. Like you see him on his IG doing big stuff and stuff like that or whatever. But he was grinding back then. It was like you said, you do that, whatever.
Yeah.
He would have been doing that if he was here or if he was in Atlanta or Charlotte or LA or whatever. You would have been doing the same thing.
There is a thriving community here in you. I don't want to say it, man.
Might as well say it now.
You only hear from us. You don't hear from. You ever been? You driven through Rocky River recently?
No,
Hudson.
I want to hear what you say.
Solon.
I remember driving through Westlake when I was working out there. Some
You
of those
3
places.
minutes from Gates Mills. 2 minutes. You might be in Gates Mills.
Yeah, I know what it's like riding through some of those places.
There's people that's like, okay, All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go to Houston. Good luck. Because you know what they're doing right now? They are transforming. By the time we 50, East Cleveland is not going to look anything like the way it looks right now.
It's going to be what it was before we started moving in. It's going to be back to that being that white area.
And they don't understand, man. It's not registering to people. It's part of it is our upbringing. We came up in a lot of areas. Some people's, we might have been lucky to have parents that own homes. A lot of people's parents didn't. There's not a lot of value in community. And they weren't going to push for people to get value in the community because they wanted to own it. Because the nuts and bolts, the bones, the structure of the east side of Cleveland being not the closest, but just as close as the west side of Cleveland to a major port at the top of the United States of America is valuable. And y'all can cap like it ain't. But Cleveland Clinic started this trek right towards the end of our high school run where they started revamping Windermere and changing what it looked like around University Circle. And now they pushing right on in.
That stop after, if you're going down, if you're on a rapid, it's Windermere, it's Superior, and then it's the
University Circle.
No, it's one right before University.
Oh, it is?
Remember the one bridge, the first bridge you get to.
Oh,
that stop right there, where the food co-op used to be.
Yeah.
And they push through there first.
They push it right on through. So remember that this is, I had to show you the picture. It's this building. I can't even. But I saw the rendering of it. Oh man, I wonder what's on Facebook. I saw the rendering of it. I don't know where it's at, man. I don't know where it's at. But it's the outside of it kind of got like this thing, like it used to be like a theater or something. I can't even explain it. It's down, if you like going towards University Circle, you going towards Lakeview, it'll be on your left hand side before you get to Lakeview Cemetery. Before you get to where like Bill's and then Barbershop was. It's like I had to show you, but I just saw this rendering where the bottom area of it looked like where Chipotle and all that shit is down there, University Circle. And they have completely replenished the building. And it was the same name that's on the sign. And I'm like, these niggas is going East.
It's not going to be East Cleveland.
Oh, y'all don't get it, man.
And that's why if we were smart and if we had the money, we would be investing in these same buildings because they need them. And we need to be a part of it, but we can't. I mean, I'm not saying we can't because we can. But back to the original point, it's just
Opportunity Corridor too. That was another one. All this and look, Opportunity Corridor in a year and a half they're building like a Heinen's on the corner right there, 105 Opportunity Corridor. Listen, this city by the time
Cleveland
we
Clinic is a city on its own.
Yeah,
that whole area.
Yeah,
anyway, it's a whole city.
By the time we hit 5-0, this shit is going to look completely different, man. Completely different. These people better stop playing. These cities that Atlanta wasn't Atlanta in the 90s. Miami wasn't Miami in the 70s into the 80s. Like y'all gotta have some foresight and don't let your experience in one of the most dilapidated cities in the world or in the country shape your entire view of the entire area. East Cleveland is such a small niche city in overall experience in Northeast Ohio, man. It's just it's short-sighted. But it's also, this is absolutely zero shade to people who have gone on and done, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I just want to see people succeed.
That's it.
But I also applaud the people that stay here. I mean, I'm talking about like Paco or whatever. I mean, I know people that's rehabbing homes. They buy homes, they flip. I mean, like doing ridiculously good work.
Yeah.
Like doing good work, and it's like, oh, but you act like you got to go to a whole new city and do it. And that's just not.
You don't have to. You can, and I respect it, but that's
it. Just sometimes it takes us a little bit longer to get there.
Yeah.
In a sense,
but
to figure it out.
I think I think it just goes through cycles, and we just so happen to be part of the East Cleveland cycle that was the fucked up cycle. There's a cycle before us. If we ask my brothers who are early 50s how East Cleveland and Patterson Park looked when they was kids, look way different in 83 before crack hit. We just happened to be teenagers in the heart of the crack era. So Patterson Park had weeds growing up through the goddamn concrete. Forest Hill raised their hoops to 12 feet because there was too many niggas up. We just happened to be in EC in a fucked up time period. Yeah. That's really all it is. You know what I'm saying? Like when you really think about the facts of it, and we're going to have some people coming along, they didn't redo Shaw for no reason. That Shaw ain't for...
It ain't for the people now. It's for the people in the future. It's for the people now. Same thing with the junior high school.
Yes,
the same thing with the elimination of all the we think about this. We here now.
Yeah, we here.
We got this small ass city of East Cleveland. We had like 6 elementary schools.
Exactly. Why? Thank you.
Because all these schools that y'all go to, like we was talking about today, with the moving stuff that we trying to plan or whatever. I was talking about like South Euclid, whatever, and I was like, well, at the time before Kalisha moved here, I was looking for a house, maybe, and I was looking at South Euclid, big and heavy. So I'm like, oh, I don't even know what middle school he would have been going to, because guess what? They only got like the 2 or something like that. But like a lot, like we had all these elementary schools around the city, and you went to Chambers, Mayfair, you went to Roselle, all these. Why? This little ass city. Why? This is going to be a white city. The way it's going to be, it's 1 or 2 elementary schools. It's 1 junior high or 2, maybe something like that, just to separate it a little bit, whatever. It's going to be the high school. It's transforming into the typical city that the white people move into a lot of times.
We are the closest to Cleveland. Cleveland is shifting.
We touch it.
Drive down. I don't think people aren't, maybe because they aren't here. I don't know. But drive down Euclid. Just take a day. Drive down Euclid Avenue all the way downtown. You're gonna be like, if you from here, you're like, what? I'm not bullshitting
like
you.
Drive from the city of Euclid
all
the
way from East Cleveland to downtown.
No, start in Euclid and drive down. Like drive down the street Euclid all the way down and see the changes of it.
Because once you hit that bridge by University Circle, it looks absolutely 100% different than it looked when I used to work at the county in 2013. I'm talking about, it used to be a gas station down there, gone. Right there on 55th by the Agora, gone. No more niggas. No more kicking it niggas. Niggas used to pull up and pop trunk up there.
UH got space down there right now.
It used to be a Best Steak and Gyro on 71st. I don't know if people remember that. 71st and Euclid. Used to be a Best Steak and Gyro. It's gone. Brand new condominiums down there. This is a different...
Oh, the Burger King and McDonald's used to be in that same little area right there. I don't know if they even still there.
No, that's gone. Okay. That's the new where you go to Chipotle and BB Bop and all that. Yeah, that's
because I don't ride down Euclid going. If I go downtown, I hop the E-way. I'm going.
Yep. So it looks completely different. See, man.
My difference is Chester. I used to ride when I used to work at Jacobs Field. Obviously, the baseball stadium back in the day, 2000, 2001. I used to always take Chester back and forth downtown. You ride Chester, it's not as bad as Euclid, but there's new builds and all the stuff on Chester now. The same thing. I ride down every now and then, like, God damn, where the hell did this get here?
It's beautiful, man. So, like, I mean, I understand. You know, we from EC, we get it. I truly do understand, but it's a very misguided viewpoint. If you ask me,
gotta go.
See, it's a misguided viewpoint, man. It's a lot of people thriving here. I give a big shout out to my other half, to the missus. She is a shining example of motherfuckers who are thriving in the city of Cleveland. I don't think I'm doing too bad. Brainstorm ain't doing too bad. Correlation that came up. It's a lot of people I know that's doing amazing things in the city, man. Preferably in different fields. And that's the same thing in every city, man. Every city has their footprint of where you can, you know, you don't go to Topeka, Kansas to make it in Hollywood. But if you go to Hollywood and you can act and sing and dance and do comedy, you're going to make it there. In Cleveland, if you want to work anywhere in the medical field, in the social services field, or in the education field, I'm telling you, you're going to be all right. You're going to be 6-figure plus all right at some point.
If you do what you got to do.
Before you hit midlife. I'm telling you, you're going to be good. And the cost of living ain't shit for right now. So the point for us is to like y'all looking to buy, we about to, you know, by the time Mackenzie get to high school,
I don't know, y'all got long-term plans.
Yeah, she gonna be going to somewhere where I don't even know what Gates Mills Schools is. But somewhere in that, you know, Solon, Gates Mills,
honest, Gates
Orange,
Mills,
something like that.
They all go to Mayfield.
Okay.
Gates Mills, Highland.
They go to
and Mayfield.
What you call this out there too though? What's the name? Gilmore.
Private.
Yeah, listen.
Private.
Listen,
Private. I'm sorry. I apologize. Private. Okay. I apologize. All right, Big Dev out here on the private school shit. All right. Carlisha, we got to step our shit up because obviously we not private school ready. You know what I'm saying? We got to step our pockets up real quick.
We ain't Hawking ready now.
Okay.
We can go Gilmore Academy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But that's that private shit though.
Yeah, that's that. But it's just different. You can get out to Gates Mills, and I'm talking about if you do 354 in that range in Gates Mills, you are.
I ride through there all the time.
Nigga, you can be like, hey, MTV, y'all want to do Real World at our house? That's what you looking like.
I ride through there all the time. They got
amazing cribs, man.
Out there.
Like
they're not on top of each other. I remember when you started talking about just pull the curtain back. You was like, yo, I really want to go to Gates Mills.
Yeah, man.
You said you really wanted to have some space and be able to go in your yard and stuff like that. And I think for most of us as men or whatever, I think we kind of want that same thing. Our family's good. We got a house. We can go in the backyard a little bit. We can make a little noise if we do. We still from the hood.
Yeah.
I mean, we still gonna have a charcoal grill. Fuck a gas grill.
Hell yeah, we got a charcoal. If we buy gas, we put charcoal in that.
Yeah, we gonna have a gas grill just because it's a Tuesday. We wanted a steak.
Hell yeah.
We still gonna have a charcoal grill in the back. You know what I'm saying? I said Paco be out there with his toes out. You know what I'm saying? Barbecue or whatever. I give Paco a piece. He barbecue good. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
You barbecue good too. I
be getting down.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying we gonna have that noise a little bit. You know, so we want that. But we just want to be able to have our space to have our family be good and everything like that.
Yeah, that's it, man. So yeah, I respect everybody that went on ahead and left and
Make
did
the
it.
move.
You know what I mean? Made the move. Completely respected. I mean, it's something you got to do. The thing is, we did it early enough. Whether you did it fresh out, I know you went to school for like a year, you came back, but like I was able to get mine out the way quick. Went straight to Gannon. Got out of Cleveland.
Playboy did it too.
Yeah, he did it too.
He moved to Atlanta. Hell, he moved to Detroit at some point too.
Because what ends up happening, shout out to my homie Bill, even ours wasn't the same when we got back. Because what ends up happening is you go and you detach. The people that stay keep doing the same shit almost. Then they get used to doing their thing without you being there. Then you get used to something else, and you come back, and y'all just not on the same wavelength. It's just not, because now you're looking at the world differently. So even if you get to go to Erie or Atlanta and you come back to Cleveland, now my mindset, it was almost like when I was 13, and I went to, I might have been 12 or 13, I went to go play AAU ball, and my coach's family, I played for the Solon, whatever. Also, I can't remember the name of the team, but I played for that Solon AAU team. I used to ride the 41C all the way out to Solon to go to practice. But he came and picked me up and took me to, we went to the Penn Hills Classic in Pittsburgh. And it was the first time outside of me going to visit my brother in college that I went to when I would go to Hiram, I would be in the car, sleep, wake up on campus, and would never leave campus. And plus I was like 10. At this point, I'm like 13. And I'm like, we go to the hotel, we can go across the street to the gas station, get something to eat, and you look down and there's no trash on the ground. And I'm like, oh shit, I live in the hood.
I am 41. When I was working in Westlake a couple years back, every now and then I had to go somewhere to do something for work or whatever, outside of the office stuff. And I would just be riding through the city like, it is so crazy the difference between these cities.
Yeah.
I mean, like literally these cities, and the only difference basically is the color of your skin.
That's it.
Because
the mileage is close.
They had all of the advantages. I mean, all of the goddamn. I mean, like the smallest thing of, I go in EC or other parts of Cleveland, whatever, and it's just trash, or just the smallest thing of that, or whatever. And you go in these places, every lawn is manicured, and you ride down these streets, and there's a thing a truck pulled over with the thing on the back because somebody's getting their yard done, and all it's just like. And the only thing, the biggest difference was just the color of our skin.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
That's real shit. Because Rocky River is, I don't know how many times, if you live in Cleveland, drive through Rocky River in the summer. I took Mackenzie to it's a secret, like a secret little beach. And you got to like go down these stairs to get to it. And we was throwing rocks. There's a couple families was going there. There's like a couple families there. But it's not like a beach where like you're going to find
Everybody
200 people at. We were riding through the communities of Rocky River. I said, I'm in another city. Like, not, I know I'm in another city, but I'm like, I must be in Alabama. I don't know. I'm in another state right now. This is not 25 minutes from my house.
No.
It cannot possibly be.
No, I know.
Rocky River is from the shops. I'm like, oh my God, man, this is, we don't have any idea what's on the horizon. Because whoever's over here is beyond surviving. The flourish level in Rocky River is through the roof. I would put it up next to any non-coastal city area in the country. You drive through Rocky River in the summer. It ain't no joke. So, but yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that's out of the city and doing their thing. Just don't disrespect us while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Put some respect on our name.
I
with
will
a K.
be honest. At some point, I'm gonna be going again. I just don't like the I just don't like the weather.
Mm-hmm.
That's my big thing. It's not that I'm like, oh, we can't survive here.
And that's the thing with me. I don't mind it. I don't mind, man.
We woke up this morning. I watched snowfall for hours. I'm like, yeah, it's coming down out there. You
know what's crazy?
I'm over
this is the thing. This is the thing. He was talking about this, and I'm knocking on wood. We not flexing, talking nothing crazy because we ain't got no crazy money, but at all.
So you about to say something that's like from people who have crazy money. But go
no,
ahead.
man, not even close. It's not even close. But you get to a point where the weather is a problem, obviously, for certain people. But the same angst, let's say you had somebody who you just had that would come do your yard every morning. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It like the struggle that we experience in East Cleveland, like some of
you never had a garage.
Yeah, some of the anxiety.
Everything.
Yeah.
Your streets wasn't plowed.
So let's say you drove home, you parked your car in the garage, you woke up and it was snow, and then you just heard your guy who you pay to come doing your yard. Yeah. Then, I mean, because the problem was like, there's if the mere fact of like, yo, it's literal snow on the ground and it's cold, it's driving force. There's nothing wrong with that. I get that. That does limit it to like South Carolina and lower. And if that's the case, it's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But that leaves a lot of country can't nobody touch. I mean, I lived in Atlanta and it would get down to 20 degrees. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, nigga, I might as well be on Euclid. The fuck is going on?
It got to 20, but it wasn't 5 feet of snow.
It wasn't 5 feet of snow, but what I'm saying is...
But you be mad, like, God damn, I moved out here because I ain't want to have no winter coat.
I ain't want to deal with this shit.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I get to a point where I'm comfortable enough and somebody is shoveling my driveway for me in the morning, I don't give a fuck if it's 5 feet of snow. Mm-hmm. I don't give a fuck if it's 5 feet of snow. I don't care if it's 25 feet of snow.
But also, when it's 20 in Atlanta, that shit don't last.
But it also rains and turns into ice. And all I'm saying is you run into these different issues. It depends.
There's no perfect place.
Yeah, there's no perfect place.
We could go to Florida and goddamn it, from May to October, you're planning for hurricanes.
Yeah, or just in Atlanta or any other city in the South, I'm the same way some people are about heat, about cold, about heat. I don't want to be outside when it's 105 heat index.
I have walked out of my apartment in South Carolina and turned around and walked.
Like fuck, it's almost like being cold.
Back in because it's the humid. It's so humid out there. And also, it's 90 plus, and it's so humid that you can't breathe. I remember walking out of my apartment more than once. Like, I'm going to go to the mailbox, go check my mail, and walk outside. And again,
I get that shit tonight, nigga.
And I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'll just wait. Or it's 11 o'clock at night, and you're watching the 11 o'clock news. It is still
hot,
90 degrees. It is still 80+% humidity and stuff like that.
So you don't think
it's a
about
totally
that.
Different thing.
Like you run your heat in the winter time, and it's like, oh, but that gas, but nigga, you also running your AC 24/7.
You're running it.
God damn.
You really are.
And it's a little bit different because I get it. It's fighting the heat. It's fighting, but both of them. It just depends on what you like. It's just no perfect situation. But I can't begrudge anybody for you being like, in 4 years, bro, I'm moving to South Carolina. Love it up, grip it up. Same thing I did with Ed, and niggas move. Me personally, I don't mind the 4 seasons at all. Mm-hmm. I love the cost of living, and I think the communities surrounding this area are amazing. And I love the fact, this is for me personally, that I can get up like next week and be like, you know what? I want to go watch my favorite team play the Jazz.
That'd be the toughest thing.
That's what you can't. I can't beat that with a stick.
That's why I can't ever move. I can never live on the West Coast. I can never be that person.
Because you be watching the Browns game at 10 in the morning.
I can imagine it's 4:00 and the Cavs game.
Oh,
I can't imagine it's Sunday morning and like you said, it's 10:00. And the Browns are kicking off.
You eating eggs and watching the Browns at the same time.
I don't think I would ever be able to adjust.
And
so I can never go west.
And that's huge for me. Just for me. I know it's not huge for everybody, but when I look at the whole picture, and then on top of it, I can thrive here too. Like I can apply myself and do some pretty dope things here, as well as experience the things that I care about. Man.
Yeah, so just do what you got to do. We can do it. And in that vein, because I know we're about to wrap up, shout out to Tamika and two classmates of mine, Tamika Schaefer and Tatiana Wells. They both had completed their PhD.
Yes.
And they both were out to for their ceremony. They actually did theirs with the school I went to get my master's with Walden University. But they both, it was dope seeing the video of them putting the thing on, with each other or whatever, completing their PhD. That's two people from East Cleveland.
Yep.
So again, if you act like you can't do it,
it's crazy. If
you really want to act like you can't do it, I'm watching people who are just completed their PhD putting their shit on each other. You know what I'm saying? At this ceremony,
yeah.
I'm watching. I know people who are doctors, legitimate. I mean, literally doctors and all these other things or whatever. You can do what you want to do if you just want to. If you got to put your mind to it, and at some point, I watch my brother thrive, man.
Yeah, I know he do it where he's doing it because that's where he had to do it because that's the field. That's where the innovation of virtual schools was at. So you got to make smart decisions. It's not about like, I went there and because I'm there, I'm this. No, you got to be strategic about what you do, man, and make a sound decision. Anyway.
Yeah, but yeah. So all right, y'all, we got to go ahead and wrap this up in a little bit. Well, I guess right now.
Yeah.
I'd probably say go to Houston or Dallas. I don't know. Maybe Dallas. I don't know. I don't want to. Whenever we move south at some point, if it truly happens, I don't want to do the crazy. I mean, like the crazy big city. Like we've all been to Atlanta, and we know how Atlanta is. And obviously, we've been to Houston. Yeah, I've been there a couple times. It's like a huge city. Charlotte now used to be the place I wanted to go, but Charlotte is overcrowded now. Never been. I need to go visit Dallas. I was telling Carlisha at some point, I'm
we got Dallas in May from Alyssa's ISA, International Science Fair.
Yeah, I was telling Carlisha, like, at some point we got to go to some of these places to be like, hey, maybe we want to live here. So it's like, I don't think I'm going to wind up in the actual big city, but obviously in a suburb or something like that. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, for me, it's strictly weather. I just don't like the cold. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to. We about to go outside, have to clean some snow off our car. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right, give them all your shits.
Man, it's Big Dev, man. So I always trying to spread love in the world full of hate. Love y'all. If you don't love me back, it's cool. My mama do. My pops always say, do what needs to be done. What needs to be done, whether you like it or not, man. It's the real Big Dev 216 everywhere.
Shout out to Playboy. Shout out to Ulysses.
Shout out to Ulysses. Where's she at? Hilarities tonight.
Hilarities, yep. And one more time, shout out to Paco. Again, 2 days ago, 7 years of DMST, man. We've been grinding. We're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep working this out, man. So shout out to all of y'all. I say it all the time. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to you and I mean everybody that's been a part of this show. Yes, it doesn't go unnoticed and it's not appreciated. Everything we've ever done, every single goddamn meetup, every goddamn Palooza or any goddamn thing that we've ever done. I mean, I was going through pictures the other day. I was going to throw some stuff up for like Throwback Thursday, but it's just, I mean, everything we've done, Columbus, Detroit, Vegas, every single thing we've done, man, it is not unappreciated, because none of this stuff has ever been easy. Everything we do has never been cheap. I mean, just being honest, it's never been cheap. I mean, we know, Paco knows, because I know he's still watching. I mean, we've done stuff for people. We've just didn't even care about the cost. We just come have a good time. We've done it with you. Come up here, we do it up here. Come up here, kick it and have a good time. I mean, everything we do, man, it is not unappreciated, man. And I mean, I'm always grateful, because it started from just us doing a show in a little 1-bedroom apartment to where we are now.
It's
man.
grown, man.
Yeah, so I love all of y'all. I really do, man. So We'll be back next Sunday with a brand new show. And we hopefully y'all be tuning in again, man. So it may be cloudy today, but the sun will come out tomorrow. And as long as you are here under the sun, live your life to the best of your motherfucking ability. I am DJ Brainstorm for you on all social media. That is DJ Brainstorm, the number 4, the letter.
You. Put some respect on Cleveland's name, man.
Yeah, definitely do that. And we out of here, y'all. We'll see y'all next Sunday. Peace.